So what we're doing here is going to go to Halldale, and we're going to import the latest notes and comments from Leah for landscape, as she's doing the coordination of that. Let's see if this is it. Yes, this is it. So I'm going to download, save this onto our location. So this is shared, architecture, Halldale, correspondence, landscaping. And usually I would have it in and out folder, but there's so little things here. We'll just go in here. And then we're going to go into Bluebeam. We're going to rotate it so I can see. Counterclockwise, maybe. Alright, so what we're doing is we're doing a full garden, full fence here. Going back to this model. Let's see how far you've gotten. Alright. 4-inch fence. So we'll do the same thing here too. And we'll just do an alignment and push this fence line back. That's a 6 foot. And then go back in the site plan and just refine that real quick. I'm going to do a disconnect here because really the site fence would always be, freestanding. You can see how the landscaping needs to be tweaked a little bit, so we'll do that later. Alright, so there's your fence line. We're going to do a trim join. Maybe do a 3D. So this one is 4 feet. What is this height? It's 3.6. Let's see if we can do 4 feet as well. It's possible that the site plan won't allow us to do 3.6. 4 feet is really a silly little fence type thing. It's not much of a actual thing. So some of these are not showing. I picked up 5. And that has to do with the way that they sit on the site. So if we just make it 6 inches, they'll all show, but let's dial it down. So these two can work at 2 inches. So I'm going to drop the selection. Let's see, these guys, maybe they have to be 4 inches. No, the front really is taller. So it's really suggestive here that the site picks, slopes back into itself, or slopes down, right? If you go to the site survey, you can see this is 100.4, and then down here it's 99, so it's lower. But this side stays pretty true. So basically it slopes up this way. So this really could have been at 2 inches. That should have worked. And then this has to go up because this is much higher. So let's look at it in 3D. Maybe this has to be 3 inches. Maybe not. Let's go back to the site plan. Yeah, it's still not quite showing fully. So okay, we'll do 4 inches as well. And even 4 inches does not show. So actually it suggests that this point is even higher, which doesn't seem right. If this is 100.4, 6 inches should show. So now let's go back in here and let's verify. We go to annotate, spot coordinate to verify. Sorry, spot elevation. Yeah, so this is like 0.4 feet, so that should be 5.5 inches. here, and here. So these really have to be 6 inches or more, otherwise they really won't show. Okay, alright. So we've shown all the doors, but are the doors in the right locations? Let's worry about that after we worry about the slope here, or the landscaping. So we're going to look back at here. The landscaping is actually a small strip in front of the building, so let's correct that. I have some hidden dimensions, so let's do that. Let's see, a 4-foot strip, and then a strip in front, which looks good actually. And then this is just one single element, so it's a good region. And then over here, edit boundaries, edit group. Nope. Still need to edit boundaries. And then this one, you can see we have a split gap and a gap here too. So really we need to start thinking about this as 3 or 4 pieces, right? Three pieces. This one here really should be aligned to the straight piece here. Okay, and then we're going to go back, we're going to drop this, and we're going to go back out of the group. And now I need to verify the fence line here. So is the fence, which is here, a correct dimension off of this? 3.2 seems pretty reasonable, right? Yeah, so let's do that. So that means I need to tuck the landscaping back in more. Let's tab around to find it. Edit group. Maybe not. This is a detail item. I'm just going to snap back into this. And we're going to do a quick align lock for everything. Let's not lock it. Let's just keep it free for now. And then we need to figure out where we want the doors to go, right? Because that's kind of important. And really where this door goes really is important relative to here. So probably the best way to do that is going back into the floor plans and doing it that way. And then this one here, we know we want it to go here. And we also know that we want it to be here, facing exterior. Actually, I'll just do a quick align here, knowing that this is just a finished or unfinished wall, whereas in reality, right, we will actually have cladding on that wall, which is not currently shown. Disconnect, disallow joining. Unjoin. Need to verify the height of that. So as we said, these are 4 feet. Cool. And then this doesn't go all the way out with that. Cool. I really think the door here is going to be found on the level 1 plan. So ideally now, as you've started looking at this, understand you can pull the floor plans from the sheets, or you can pull them from the architecturals. So it's interesting here because these sheets are active and they really should not be active. These should not be active as in there's a solid dot. These should not be active unless they're truly for coordination plans. Anyways, also I'm not sure why this is not active. I see. The reason is because at one point I had thought about it as a full floor plan. Alright, so let's go back in here, align this one, flip this door, make sure this door is 36. Great. The door failing needs to be fixed. Now this door here, this really is up to us to fix, right? Because what we're trying to do is we're just trying to make it so that it's not like this, so close to each other. Let's find a good dimension. 16 feet. 16 feet goes to this window. So from a privacy point of view, now I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking, is this good? Is this important? Is it better here? And these would be, I think these would actually be sliding doors that I haven't updated. So, we'll have a tree here. Maybe there's a seating or a landscaping feature here. Yeah, I think that's too far out, right? Like you're just kind of saying, hey, you really need to walk a long way to get to your house. This is also really annoying if you were to park here, right? You park in the back, you have to kind of walk all the way back here to get in here. So that's something to be considering as well. I think 16 feet is fine. There's no real necessity to do a quick align. I'm wavering a little bit here. 18 gets you out of the line of sight, gives you a little bit more privacy. Wow, I didn't realize how freaking big this kitchen is. Crazy. This is gonna be an amazing kitchen. Alright, so same thing here, right? This would make more sense. But at the same time, I actually think it made more sense to be on this side. So let's try that. I did CS, create similar. And then I'm gonna just make this in here. Go back to the site plan. That makes more sense. I can't do that obviously because there's a freaking door on the ground floor. Going back into this, right? There's a door on the ground floor, so I really can't plant all the way up. But I can certainly plant it here, and then here. And the really way we can figure this out is we just have to paste it in here. And then we verify this one. I shouldn't take from the center line, but for now I'm just gonna, probably shouldn't. Let's go back in here. It's maybe easier to pull the dimensions this way. Yeah, that works. So by doing this here, even though it's not the group I care about or I don't really want to show up here, I can delete this knowing that it'll get updated over here. So that's an easy way to like edit groups. Back over here, we gotta change that too. Alright, 15 minutes to Halldale meeting. Let's trim back over here. I think maybe I need to actually go inside. These dimensions won't be visible because we're inside the boundary edit. So let's do 1 feet just to be clean. 1 feet, that's fine. 1 feet. So now we have some consistency. All right, this doesn't work. Just going to create another one over here. Okay, and then we'll do this. I'm going to do a match drop. Can I do a match drop? Nope. and this is not medium lines, thin lines. Interesting. Interesting that there's a different set of alignments here, right? I actually don't know why we have that. It really should be the same, consistent. If it's 2 feet here, it should also be 2 feet here. Perhaps that was an oversight. Okay, now, some planting back here. Great, shows that. Some planting inside, planting inside, planting inside. So I'm going to start showing the plantings inside this. What was this dimension? That doesn't make any sense. Always save frequently. So I'm doing 30 inches of planting over here. All you really need is like 8 inches, but in order to do something nice, which is what we want to do, since this is a major element, we're going to do 30 inches. And thin lines now. Trim a line. Trim, and then delete this element and this element, and then you're good to go. So that's this one here. And then back here, I think we want to do one, and the same back here. Did not happen. Weird. Can I do that, or does that really mess up the flow inside? It does, right? So you see how this is that deck space? So we can't actually do that. Let's see. At this point, really, we need to go into here now and make these changes locally so you can really see the difference. So here, we want to have a bigger tree, which is fine. We can totally do that. 4 feet. Here we want a walkway, which is kind of quaint. Yeah, I disagree with that actually. I think this here is forcing us to go through this way. I think you really want to go in and around so that you have plenty against your fence line. So I'm going to anticipate a fence line of like 2 feet, and then the planting would be here, like this, do some alignments, and this technically, right, should be 18 inches. So we'll respect that. We'll respect that here too. I actually can keep the planting this thick, and you just have them walk through this way, which is fine. And then here, I think that should just be fine like this. And I really want to incorporate this actually as part of this guy, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to go into this edit, I'm going to paste in place, PV. I'm going to do a quick alignment here, trim, it splits that element, so I'm going to delete this element, and then there's an extra element here, I'm going to delete that too. Having looked at this, I think maybe it's better. Yeah, I think it's good. All right, and now let's look at this back side here. The back side here is, we're just gonna do a quick rectangle based on these dimensions. I'm gonna bring it back here. Okay, I'm gonna say okay. MA. Cool. EG to get me back out. Let's do a quick alignment. Outside face of the fence. Cool. So then this is the walkway. These are gates. So this gate probably should be mirrored, right? And you're entering here. Entering here. Now, to be honest, we could also split the gates here too. Personal preference really here. I think with this one, I want to see what it feels like just to do a symmetrical thing. Unfortunately, I think we're not anticipating the walkthrough here. Man, I think we would really want to add a window here too later on. Yeah. Maybe we want to add a window here too. Alright, so going back in here, we're going to copy the L shape, because I think it's the L shape that's more important. Paste it in here. I'm going to delete this one. Find the location for this L shape. Sorry. Let's do a quick alignment here. Stay short. This probably is good. Don't need that much planting in the back one here. Let's do 2 so you have a nice yard. And then I'm going to do a mirror off of this back to accomplish this guy. And this guy just ends up having a bigger one. I think that's probably the best. The question is, do I want planting here? No, I think not. Right, having a, I could easily put a whole strip here, move the door over, but I was still thinking about the experience of people coming back in from the outside. All right, so now that we have this, the next step is to make sure our notes are still correct. "48-inch fence." No thing here. Okay. So now this here, this is basically a accessible passageway, right? So the passageway is going to be like here. It just needs one more line. Need to be 3 feet, 4 feet, sorry. And we're just gonna go right all the way to the door. And we're gonna come to the street. I actually think that I'll do the same thing here. Oh, it's ever so hard to snap into these lines. Okay, and then we're going to go right to the property line here. And then actually I think what's going to happen here is we're going to snap this to all the way to the property line to really say that, hey, we're really we really want to go all the way to the street. So here, and then I want to figure out what the heck this is. This is a topo solid, and I think that's because I had the wrong property line at one point. Okay, so I lose some dimensions. All right. So we have this, sure. We have this, great. We have this, great. It feels really awkward, this one. Why does it feel so awkward? Inches. Maybe I need to raise this 6 inches. This one won't let me stretch it. Do I have a restraint? I'm not sure if I have a restraint. Okay, this looks good. I think Leah is here. So we'll pause this call and then we'll go through the next one. Let's see if that's saved.